And we're back. Right. We were 1.5 lap away from our second win in a row, which went to Michael Schumacher, but still, our second place allowed us to take the lead of the championship back from Eddie Irvine, but it's still 1 point, so yeah, not exactly a good situation to be in. And to win Management Wars, as you can see, today we have to deal with the Hungaroring, a track that historically hasn't been good for me. So yeah, I have no idea how this race is going to go, so wish me luck for this race. And because there's only 4 races left after that, yeah, if I screw this one up, chances are Irvine could have a red carpet rolled for him to take the championship. But let's hope that this time that does not happen. So let's see if we can actually get this weekend off a good start by having a good qualifying session. So see you later. And that went poorly. Okay, so we got 2-stop strategy. First on softs, then on hards. So, everyone is starting pole position. We are starting 6th. So let's see what's going to happen. And it's 1 light, 2 lights, 3, 4, 5. And we're off in Budapest. And I'm gonna put a Milan Rich mix because I want to take advantage of the AI being slow. And we're gonna take it 3 wide. There we go. And there we go. Ooh, at least it wasn't an illegal move on Irvine. It wasn't Hakkinen, so we only had to let Hakkinen through, and now I would love if I could catch up to Hakkinen. Of course, the 1998 Hungarian Grand Prix, if you remember, was the race of the 10 consecutive qualifying laps that Michael Schumacher did to make a weird strategy by Ross Brawn work. I think it was like a 3-stop strategy, and everybody was on 2-stopper, if I remember correctly. And for the second stop, Ross Brawn told Michael he had to absolutely go all in. And that's what he did. But in the meantime, Häkkinen is pulling away. Okay. Earlier today, I've posted the first ever race of Formula AS. And as I've stated in the post, I switched over to F1 2012 with the My Universe mod that I talked about a little while ago. So, yeah. And let's just say that that race took an hour to make, because it turns out I got spoiled by the modern games and how they handled. So F1 2012 seriously gave me a slap in the nuts. But let's get back to Rich Mix, because I want to attempt and catch Häkkinen, as well as trying to pull away from Irvine, which is currently hasn't happened. In fact, has managed to catch up to me. But yeah, if nothing goes wrong, I should be able to finish the season this week, and then maybe next week on Monday start with 1999. To which actually one of the things that I think I didn't say is that I've already yeah, but I think I said this already, but in case you didn't hear it, I already figured out the settled for the protagonist for 1999 as well as the team, and we're going to drive as Kelly Sandell, one of the guys from the Roar before FAS, and the Häkkinen is pulling away, so we're going to pick the standard mode. Yep, fastest lap of the race, by 3/10 faster than my best. And we're going to drive for Stewart. So, not exactly championship contenders, but who knows. And I'm also downloading all the mods needed for this series, and I'm up to 2002 and just downloaded 2003, so I have to set the folder for that. Okay. I mean, I'm pulling away from Irvine, but Häkkinen keeps like the gap around 1.5 seconds. still. And I also figured out the next character to use for the 1935 season, which of course I'm not gonna start right away for obvious reasons, because I got Formula AS to deal with as well as the Roar Before FAS. Of course, I'm not gonna cover it on this channel because it makes no sense.
This is exactly what we need. Push, push.
Because why would I want to cover a sequel of that has been posted on one channel and then... Because why would I post one series on one channel and then post the sequel of that series on another channel? That makes no fucking sense.
You're keeping up with race pace. Keep pushing. Okay, it looks like the car ahead is trying to create a gap. He's running full revs, maximum power.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it 2. How much do I still have 3 laps for fuel? 3 laps for fuel, sure. I have 3+ laps of fuel that I could use. But, yeah.
Lap times are looking good.
Actually... Oh, right, I forgot. I was able to forget, but, yeah, the Haas presentation livery, the Haas livery presentation, and, it's a really cool scheme, actually, the best they've done in a little while.
We need you to increase your pace.
But, yeah, it just screams of, we are not totally, Toyota's attempt at, returning as a full-works team. Totally not. In fact, I will not be surprised if Toyota ends up taking over the project eventually. I mean, Haas got to deal with also with the NASCAR team too, so chances are he might just take Toyota might take the brunt of the project away from Gene Haas, so they can focus on the NASCAR team. And maybe this time actually, you know, do a little bit more than the first attempt that they actually did. But I spent like $4 billion and I only have just a few pole positions and podiums to show for it, so yeah. And now I actually have no idea who's going to be the next team to show them, to show the liveries. I think it was Alpine, but I'm not too sure, honestly. I mean, Ferrari showed, showcased the suits that Leclerc and Hamilton are going to wear. But as for the teams, I believe next one is Alpine, then is Audi. Audi's like the fourth one, if I remember correctly. And I'm pretty sure that's one that everybody will want to watch. That's a thing everybody will want to watch. That and Cadillac, for that matter.
Okay, it looks like the car ahead is trying to create a gap. He's running full revs, maximum power.
Okay. So Acumen got the memo. That was a terrible entrance of turn 1 though. And yes, turn 1 was technically like this and longer at the time. It was a classic a copy of the last corner. And this was the change that happened in
Carry on with the job you're doing.
03, I believe. But again, you cannot have everything. So, yeah. Also, I'm 3 laps away from a pit stop. And busy enough, even with rich revs, I'm still keeping up with Hakkinen. Even if he actually put up rich revs, I'm still keeping up with Hakkinen. Okay. Alright. First stop, next lap. And for other purposes, this is going a lot better than my attempts at this race in the newer games. So that's a good thing at least. I don't know if you could just stop sliding all of the goddamn place. I could be able to, you know, keep up with Hakkinen a little bit more. You have 2.2 seconds and...
Great pace, keep this focus.
And you know what? I'm going back to standard revs for the next lap. There we go.
The pit crew are ready for you at the end of this lap. Pit this lap. The car ahead has posted a lap time in the high minute 24 range. High 24.
I mean, we are in the low 124s, but yet Hakkinen is still pulling away. Okay, that's because I'm a terrible driver, but still, that makes no sense whatsoever ever. Okay. Alright, now let's see who's got my strategy. Or everybody's gonna go for the overcut.
Okay, it looks like the car ahead is trying to create a gap. He's running full revs, maximum power.
And Hakkinen follows me. Somebody else. Fourth. It's one of Ferraris, I would assume that's Michael Schumacher. Yeah. Irvine keeps going, I would assume. And who's got this first? It's Hakkinen.
There's some traffic at the pit exit.
Hakkinen, and we rejoin in 7th, right behind Ralph Schumacher.
with the option tyres. Just one stop to go now.
Okay, and the next stop should be in what, lap 22? So in 11 laps. No, yeah, 11 laps. There we go. Come on. I'll try here. And yeah, I have to... Boo! Whoops. And I think ended up costing him more time in the pits. But... Whoops. Shit. That was stupid. But in the meantime, Häkkinen back into the lead, and we should go back to second. Yes.
Tyres, prime tyres.
And John is probably going to have a war with me. But anyway, I mean, I kind of did what Michael did to Michael Schumacher did to France in Canada.
Excellent work. Try to keep this pace. This is what we need right now.
So in a way, I basically did the Uno reverse card that thing. So even though it's in Hungary, not in Canada, but still, and it's a different Schumacher, but still. Okay. And let me guess, Häkkinen fast over the race, right? What a surprise. 2/10 faster than my time. Is he still in rich revs, Häkkinen? Well, I want to say probably yeah.
Seconds up on you.
Actually, can I spare? No, I cannot. So, yeah, I think I had to let Mika go at least until the second pit stop. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I recorded the Germany video for the 1980 mod as well as the first race of FAS in the same day, and well, you know what? There's one event that I find ironic because it happened in both. I'm not gonna say which one because that's going to spoil my race in FAS. So yeah. But in any case, turns out my universe, at least the first two editions of my universe that are on overtake.gg/race department
3 seconds.
are just language files, because are just language files, and the rest I guess I have to scout for myself, to which of course I tried to find, but I wasn't going to. I found singular liveries from ranging from 2027 up to 2030 or something like that. And oh shit. And on Overtake, there is the full 2033 mod, the 2035 cars pack, car schemes pack. And on the F1 modding community Discord server, there is the 2032 cars. So I might ask the creator of the set if there are any 2034 cars available somewhere. Assuming he's going to accept my my friendship request, because he limited the messages to just friends. If he does, then okay, I'll ask him. If he doesn't, fair enough. He doesn't want to get bothered by assholes, so I don't blame him. And also, speaking of the modding community, today they just released Portimao, to which, yeah, I still find insane that people have managed to go so far with modding F1 2014 that they are making legitimate tracks for the game. It is honestly insane. And remember, F1 2014 is the worst game out of the Codemasters of the pre-2016 era. Because then somebody's gonna mention, yeah, but F1 22 is bad, F1 24 is bad, to which, yeah, they were right. F1 24, especially at launch, was god-awful. Everybody knows it, I'm aware. But still, it's one of the most hated games that were made by Codemasters. And the modding community the modding scene is so strong. But the modding scene is idiotically strong for this game, to which I find both amazing and hilarious. But yeah. And of course, I have no idea if they're currently working on Las Vegas and or maybe Mugello, but who knows. I mean, they probably made it Portimao because Portimao is supposed to come on the schedule for 2037, I believe, next year. So, good as time as any, but still. Okay. Yeah, I cannot spare any more spare fuel, unfortunately, so... Yeah, either I do another Germany and get everybody on an undercut again, or I just let Hakkinen win and gain some other points on Irvine. Because in Germany I've done the easy part, the hard part is to actually keep it.
Gap of about 3 seconds between you and the next car. Our data's showing that the car ahead is likely to be running in fuel conservation mode. His times will be slightly slower than normal.
Do I want to risk it? Sure. I should probably just have this on at all times, because you never know. And we're actually approaching lap cars.
Be careful when overtaking. They should let you through.
And we're about to catch some lapped cars. That's how fast Hakkinen and I are going, actually. But yeah, we're in for a pit stop in 4 laps. Does it update all the time? So I can just go through all the lap cars. Of course, the tosser had to get in my way. There we go. Ooh, shizzle. That almost was that was almost a catastrophe. Thank God it wasn't. Holy God. Okay, through pan as we go. I mean, we're catching up to Hakkinen. I almost call him Raikkonen. It's not gonna be Raikkonen for a good few years, buddy, but anyway.
Exactly what we need. Push, push. We need to pass this guy. You're much faster in sector 1.
Come on, can I actually pass him before having to do our stop? He's got to lap another car. 1.1 second. 1.1 seconds. There's the other minority of Tuero because we're lap Nakano. And
Our data's showing that the car ahead's likely to be running in fuel conservation mode. His times will be slightly slower than normal. Lap times are looking good.
another twister section. Come on, we're almost there. We could potentially set up an overtake into turn 1. Of course, no DRS, so we have to do it the good old-fashioned way. And nope, we're not gonna pit him, and we're not gonna lap him, pass him before a pit stop.
Good pace. You're catching the guy in front by a second per lap.
This one is I should just say fuel. Yep, it's on now I'm optimal. Shit, well, yeah, that's it. Yeah, don't tell me he's actually going to pit on the same lap as me. You know what? No, not that.
We're
Back.
ready for you. Box in this lap. Let's not stay behind this car for long. We need to get past.
In fact, we're actually going into the pits, and yeah, Akin is going to win. Ah, for fuck's sake. Or maybe we actually jump in the pits. And please tell me I got him. Nope, I do not. And looks like Hakkinen is going to win this race.
Watch out for traffic as you rejoin the track. You're coming up on a group of slow-moving cars. Try to pass them quickly.
God damn it. Ooh! There we go. Of course, Michael Schumacher was somewhere when I have to pit and almost let Hakkinen through again. Okay. So we are in, but virtually in the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix. And we go for Coulthard and ooh, okay, Irvine is not in the never mind, is not a top 3, so that's good. That's a good sign for me. Okay, Michael Schumacher is still continuing. Or hold on, let me check. Race director? No, he still has to. Oh, because yeah, he's going hard, so he still has to pit. Unless he's gonna go for one stop. Which, let's hope he does, but yeah. I mean, I'm catching up, but let's hope that he actually has to pit. And then I just stole away. Okay. He's in the pits, but, oh god. I have no idea if that's lap car or that's Michael. I guess we will know soon enough. And the answer is no, it was Michael. We are in the lead.
Looks like he's going to do a shorter stint.
And now we have to defend 11 laps behind from Mika Hakkinen.
Traffic ahead, stay alert.
But yeah, let's see if we can actually win this race. And Irvine is in third. And we leave Tour behind. And of course Hakkinen got cut out by Tuero. Next up should be the Tosser. Oh, that's Takagi, and you dick.
You have a 2-second gap to the car behind. We need to keep it clean so he doesn't get a chance to overtake.
Okay. I have to check one quick thing. Hold on a minute. Okay, we're good. 10 to go. 2.3 seconds from Hakkinen. And next race is going to be at Spa. A track that usually I've been pretty good at. But again, things could be different with a different game. Also, another thing, today I went with my dad to get me a new phone because my old one was, by this point, it was butt in the dust. But after a good, what, almost decade of service, it was time to change it. And at the store that we got it, there was also the Lego sets of the Formula 1 cars, and I bought one. There was Ferrari, Red Bull, V-Carb, Mercedes, Williams, and Sauber. No Haas, McLaren, and fucking what was it again? And Aston Martin. And I bought the V-Carb one, and it actually looks pretty good. And it was pretty cheap, so chances are I'm actually buy another one. I mean, not now, of course, but I might buy another one. Maybe the Red Bull, or actually, if they, or maybe I should wait until they get they release, they renew the. Actually, I don't know if I should buy another one right away or hope, wait/hope that they renew for another season and this time bring Audi and Cadillac onto the table. Also, for some godforsaken reason, the box on the V-Carb said 18 plus, but the box on the Ferrari car is at 10 plus. So, yeah, I have no idea. Oh, I think I realized why. It's because of actually, it's probably because of Cash App and Visa being more adult oriented than kids, but who knows. But in any case, I really hope they actually do the 2026 cars.
3 plus gap to the car behind. 3 plus.
In the meantime, yeah, we are pulling away from Hakkinen. Of course, all of this is absolutely good momentum coming into the final stretch of races. After this, it's just 4: Belgium, Italy, the Nürburgring, and then Suzuka. Yeah, making this has been pretty fun, and I cannot wait to start 1999. Okay. Of course, tomorrow I will do the 1980 mod. That's also which is also on its final few races. Almost 5 of us actually to spin out. So that's gonna be fun. Also, yeah, I should say this, but boy, I cannot wait for when I have to deal with this track in Formula AS with F1 2012. Banner indicates. Six to go at the line. And we're pretty much left hacking in the dust. Almost 4 seconds is the gap.
Back around a half a second a lap.
So we're going to gain points on Irvine. 10 of them, I believe. Yeah, 25 for first, 50 for third. So that's 10 points gained on Irvine. Of course, at this point, since it's only me and him as the championship rivals, I guess the main objective is mainly stay ahead of him, and if you can, win races.
Separates us and the car behind. 4 seconds.
Okay. Alright, 5 to go. And I think, and I pretty much, now I officially run out of topics. Actually, no. I was watching the Bring Back V10 podcast episodes about the Cardarell split. And honestly, I mean, okay, everybody knows in layman's terms the story of the Cardarell split. But honestly, I actually loved hearing some of the details that up until now I had never heard. For example, the fact that Tony George had announced that they announced the creation of the Cardarell split, the creation of the IRL as early as Australia, which in 1984 was the season opener. Of course, 1984 being the year of the legendarily infamous Mercedes-Benz Formula I engine. Although I'm actually sort of surprised that they didn't mention... no, they did mention... in the first episode, they did mention the key issues that had George had with then current day IndyCar, and how things would be run. But I'm actually sort of surprised that nobody has ever mentioned about the Jeff Gordon story, because if you've never heard it, rumor has it that Jeff Gordon actually wanted to drive an IndyCar for 1991, but he didn't have enough money to go race an IndyCar, so he took his hand to NASCAR, and we all know how well that went, and we know how well that happened, and we all know what happened after that. But it's also true that he then did a post-series Q&A on their Patreon, to which of course I'm not gonna fork money just for one video, although you can actually now, apparently you can just buy singular posts to... You can pay to unlock singular posts. So yeah, I guess you can technically just pay for one thing but without having to, actually pledge. Which gets the cool thing, actually. And I did use it like twice. So yeah, that's actually a pretty cool feature. But yeah, and I guess a topic that I didn't expect them to touch was the 2002 Indy 500.
You currently have a 3-second gap
And I mean, I know the story about the Indy 5, the 2002 Indy 500. How Paul Tracy was screwed because he had been a car loyalist, and of course the IRL could not have another car loyalist win the Indy 500, not especially after a not by beating what is now was clear an IRL staple by that point. And beating somebody who by that point already become an IndyCar staple, an IRL staple. But still, I wasn't expecting them to actually talk about it. In the meantime, 2 to go. And actually, one thing they did talk about is that the first years of the IRL were really rough. So rough, in fact, that they basically, Glenn Freeman, Ed Straw, and John, I can't remember the name, the writer who was there when the split happened, that the initial state of the IRL was so bad that he basically killed whatever hype there was for oval open wheel racing. And as Stroll said, basically in those years the IRL sent a message that you want to see good oval racing, go watch NASCAR, it's much better. And also that the cars were ugly and that it sounded terrible and they even looked not that great in terms of performance as well, which, yeah, I agree. In all fairness, IndyCar, the IRL cars, and even after the unification, they were not good looking the slightest. Actually, after they became much better once they got the DW12 era package, and of course, the cars look fantastic with. They've been looking fantastic ever since they got the IR18. But yeah, I actually wholeheartedly agree with those three, and they say that the early IRL cars looked absolutely god awful. And actually, they had a point in terms of oval racing in the IRL in the earliest of the IRL not being good. For example, look at the race at Dover. The 2 races at Dover that the IRL had. Or worse, look at the 1999 IRL race at Charlotte. But in the meantime, we're gonna stop that because it's the last couple of corners for the Hungarian Grand Prix. And we're going to do something that we should have done at the German Grand Prix, but we screwed that one up. And into the main straight, and we're going to win the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Truly awesome. What a win.
And so we win the Hungarian Grand Prix. Second is Mika Häkkinen. Third is Eddie Irvine. And then it's David Coulthard, Michael Schumacher, Alex Wurz, Jacques Villeneuve, Damon Hill, Giancarlo Fisichella, who has, no, I don't want to say it's been a little while since he scored points. And Ralf Schumacher rounding up the top 10. Barrichello almost in the points. And then we got Nakano, winner of last car. 16 cars on the lead lap. Takagi, Rosset, Tuero, Panis, Trulli, and as I said, Nakano all a lap down. And now, time for me to do the point standing. So, see you in a bit. And thus, we gain on Eddie Irvine, and we are now 11 points clear of him. Mika Häkkinen is in third, Michael Schumacher is in fourth, David Coulthard in fifth, Jacques Villeneuve is in sixth, Alex Wurz and Giancarlo Fisichella, the 2 Benetton boys, are tied on points. Damon Hill is in 9th, Rob Schumacher is in 10th, and then it's Salo, Dennis, Takagi, and Lazy rounding up the point scorers. And let's see if Spa is actually going to, you know, have some more new point scorers, because you know what, I'm getting a little bit tired of having the same guys all the time. I mean, I know that's what I mean. The field was pretty clear in 1998. What the pecking order was, but even with a more generous point system, I'm actually surprised that Stewart hasn't scored a point yet. Or Prost hasn't scored. Although Prost, they were kind of garbage the moment they switched over to Peugeot engines. They've been sucking. They ended up sucking up until their closure. But yeah, there's like a lot of people that you know, Takagi scored points. The arrows were actually pretty good. Actually, I think not pretty good, but they did score points. I'm pretty sure in 1998. But still, Stewart hasn't scored any points. Prost hasn't scored any points, even by accident. They haven't scored any points. Sauber, of course, they got a lazy, but Sauber, I'm actually surprised that they after that one race, which I'm pretty sure was like what, the first race in Australia, they haven't scored anything else after that. So yeah, that's surprising. Let's hope that Spa is actually going to bring some point score and some more a little bit of chaos. But in any case, this has been it for this video. If you liked it, give it a like. If you see more content like this, hit subscribe and click on the notification bell to get it when the next video drops. And I have nothing else to say other than see you next video, everybody. This is Alpha, signing out.